gonna be a good podcast.
It is. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It might be good.
You mean might be good?
It might be good.
Why?
It might be.
Explain.
I'll explain later.
Okay.
I have terrible news.
You got terrible news?
I have terrible news.
Oh, that's not good.
It's terrible. It's so bad.
Oh man. I hope this is not what I think it is.
I think it is. It's so terrible.
We got one person watching. Is this about that one person watching?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Oh, it's you. That happens often.
I mean, it might be.
We got one person watching. Wait a minute. It's Brandon. Oh, somebody else is watching.
I don't know who that is. It's not you, Tim, is it?
Oh.
Richard Givens is watching, I think.
Oh, is he?
But I have a horrible story to tell you.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. You know he'd be watching.
Yeah.
He knows what's good. Just prepare yourself for the bullshit comments. I got my trusty shield, my bottle of Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Miller High Life, have you know? 45 seconds, looks like.
We got 3 people watching.
Oh.
We got 3
Nice.
people watching.
Okay.
It's so horrible.
Hey, whatever.
This music is not even relevant to my story right now.
It's good though.
I should have a tear.
It's good. You should have a tear. It's good. Well, save your story because we're gonna. Save your story. So welcome to the True Brew Podcast, where the beer is cold, the truth is told. Real topics for real talk and real guys drinking beer as usual. Sponsored by Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. If you don't like Miller High Life, go eat a dick. What's wrong, Brandon? Are you okay?
I'm good, man. You go ahead.
Are you going to be able to get through this or what?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
So joining us in the studio today, Mr. Jesse Stambaugh.
What's
Jesse,
the fuck up, Jesse?
What's up, brother?
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's here.
So that song you heard playing is actually Jesse's band. Jesse, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Oh, Shadow the Earth is my final band project.
You mean final? What do you mean final? You've been through so many that you said, fuck it, this is it?
Yeah, and the actual, the song is about, it's pretty much about all the bands that I've been in. And,
It's called Reinventing.
And so I've used guitar licks from other bands that I've been in.
Okay.
That's caused conflicts with other band members. Past band members, of course. But
That's the case, though, in every garage band. See, my brother, Ricky, who's watching. Hi, Rick. What's up, buddy? He's been in a plethora of garage band, and that seems to be the story. You know, something happens where they want to kick one guy out because he don't play the music they want to, or one will kind of, and he's done this himself, one will kind of take over and say, hey, man, we should go do this project, whatever. So, anyhow, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and I don't know, I mean, with the group that I got now, I've actually told them, I'm like, you know what? If it doesn't work out with you guys and we hate each other, I'm still going to use these songs. Every one of the songs, every one of the lyrics I've written in this band. So what I'm recording now, I'm recording with a guy named Stan Martell.
Okay.
And everything that we're doing is just going to be, I'm taking it with me forever. So
Well, good. So, I mean, do you feel like that you're kind of getting too old for this now? I mean, how do you feel about that?
Too old to change to keep changing people, really. The guys I got right now, I got some amazing band members right now. It's really working out, and we're just taking it slow. It's a hobby band, you know.
Okay.
We're building up, wanting to open up for bigger bands. That's really all we're trying to do.
That's awesome. So that person singing, you told me before they started the show, that's actually a chick, a 19-year-old African American girl, and her name is Nadira.
Nadira.
Nadira. Yeah. And she's actually T-Pain's niece, you told me.
Yep.
How fucking badass is that?
That
Pretty
is
neat.
badass.
And that's what you said, man. Like, hook a brother up, man. Get us some fucking airtime. Get us some studio time. Something. Yeah. You know, call
she needs to send Uncle some of our tracks.
Something,
you know?
Man.
We're going back in the studio next month, the month after next. So, we got a new song coming out. It's actually going to be about a girl that's getting peer pressured into wanting to commit suicide.
Oh.
And song that I wrote. It kind of reminded me of high school. You know, you always got somebody that's not getting paid attention to, you know, in the corner.
Yeah.
So, and in the end of it, it actually comes back to where it's a positive thing where they kind of build her up, you know.
That's cool. How do you refresh this, Brandon? Do you know how to refresh this?
You should go to the top of the page,
Top
or
up
maybe
here?
right click.
No, that's not it. Right click?
Right click and click refresh, maybe?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not working. Richard Gibbons, Brandon Gibbons are watching. What's this right here? And no.
It doesn't even say refresh.
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Anyhow, maybe it'll catch up. Oh, so if you're new to the True Brew podcast, I got to give you a little bit of warning. If you're offended by strong language or adult content, you know, or if you're easily offended by anything, maybe this podcast is not for you. If so, keep on watching. You know, we're glad to have you. So, also, if you're new to us, follow us on Periscope on podbean.com after the show for the audio-only podcast. I know we have a lot of people who listen to the audio-only podcast afterward. Davey Parrish is one of our big fans. And Davey, I promise that episode I'll have up episode... I put 6 up. I'll have episode 7 as soon as the show's over, I promise. You have my word. But yeah, follow us on Periscope, True Brew, YouTube, True Brew, Instagram, the True Brew Podcast, Twitter, True Brew, and of course, podbean.com, True Brew Podcast. So, shout out, Brandon.
Shout out.
Shout out to our sponsor, Miller High Life.
Miller High Life, right
the
over here.
champagne of beers.
Right over here
I said
to the
earlier
left.
before the show started, if you don't like Miller High Life,
You're a pussy.
you're not a fan, you're a pussy, and you probably eat dicks.
Yep,
Well,
all the time.
Or Crown Apple that just brought.
Or if you drink a flavored Crown, you're a bitch too.
I am.
No, come on now.
Just kidding.
No.
Calm down. Don't get your tits in a wad.
What do you say?
Goddamn right I did.
That's right. You
Oh,
drank it.
man.
Yeah. Anyhow, so if you got any comments, feel free to shoot them up throughout the podcast. We'll answer all your questions. Long-time watcher, first-time commenter. Okay, great, Richard. You have a comment? I know you do, motherfucker. What's your comment? Yeah. Anyhow.
Speaking of
Wow.
him, he's actually
No shit.
he's actually in the hospital
I'm
right
a
now.
fucking comedian, private joker.
He was
I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you can come over to my house and fuck my sister.
Well, what do you think about that?
but he's in the hospital right now.
Is he?
Yes.
Why? What happened? Tell
It's
us.
a real long story.
Okay.
He was racing John Milner in his '56 Falcon on this isn't real hard. Oh man.
Oh, some more music for you. Go.
But he says he flipped his car 8 times,
Yeah.
paralyzed from the waist down.
Now, see, that's not exactly the story I heard. I heard he joined the circus.
The circus.
The circus. I don't know how true that is.
But
That's just what I heard.
I mean, he might die
From flipping his car?
from flipping his car.
Oh.
It punctured his lungs, and he's fucked right now.
Well, regardless of what happened to him, can we give him a moment of silence?
Oh, it's one of those moments.
Oh man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so. Anyhow. That's that. So. So he flipped his car 8 times.
8 times.
And his dick fell off.
I don't
his
know
mouth
what
got
happened.
shoved on another dick of another dude.
I went and seen him. He looked so terrible. He had a tube shoved down his throat.
You sure that was a tube?
I mean, I'm not sure. It was in a dark van. I couldn't see him.
He said he flipped his car into a circus.
"Oh,
You wasn't there?
no, I wasn't there."
What the fuck? Some magic.
We have 8 watchers, right?
8 watchers. That's great, man.
Shit.
Welcome to the True Brew Podcast. So this week,
Y'all fucking pussies.
our topics are technology,
Technology.
one of your favorites, video games,
Video games.
and I'm sure something that we can all relate to because you're a parent and you're about to be a brand new parent. Congratulations.
Thank
There you go.
Yeah.
If congratulations are in
fucking
order,
Third one.
it's yours though, right?
I don't know. It was a toss-up between
Okay.
the black neighbor and me.
Okay, well you'll see.
I mean,
I should have brought little Reggie in here.
you should have.
Next podcast, I swear to you guys, I'm gonna bring in little Reggie.
That's our special guest.
You're gonna love him. He's a great guy. Yeah. So anyhow, technology and video games and parenting, old versus new. You know, kind of like the new style of parenting, which I don't agree with. I don't know how you was raised, Jesse. But
I'm old school.
okay,
I'm
then
all the way
we'll
like-
get along just fine. I'm
Yeah.
sure Brandon is surprisingly, as young as he is, being the youngest brother of 3, he is. He's got a lot of old school parenting qualities I really
Good.
admire. You know, he ain't afraid to spank his kids if they need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not?
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good. I don't need nothing hard, man.
Nothing hard right now.
Well,
I might take a little something a little bit later.
Yeah, in a little while, maybe.
Yeah, let me drink some more High Lifes.
The only thing hard here is
this
nothing.
is Jesse Lowlife right here. That's what this is.
So
Crown Life.
we'll let you plug your band more at the end, but that song, it was an awesome song. I could not believe it was an African American girl, 19 years old, T-Pain's niece,
Oh yeah.
singing. That's fucking hardcore, man.
Damn right.
So you have to tell us about
Yeah.
what you got upcoming as far as CDs, shows, whatever's up
Definitely.
next. So,
Definitely.
yeah. Anyhow, so let's get on the video game, Brandon.
All right, video game.
Knock us off there, boy.
All right. Well, I got my first one I like is Green Army Men.
All right.
Green Army Men. I used to love playing that on the Nintendo 64. Also, like PS1, PS2, NCAA football.
Yeah.
Me and Ricky used to play that all the time together,
But Green Army Man, didn't you tell me you used to whip his ass at it?
Yeah.
And he'd get so fucking pissed off he
He-
wanted to rage quit?
He would. He would throw his controller. This is fucking bullshit, and throw his fucking controller across the room. It might hit the wall.
He'll be alright.
Might hit his kid. I don't fucking know, but it hit something. But yeah, it's it's kind of crazy.
I like simple games.
Yeah.
I've always liked the simpler the better. Now, if I rented a game from the Red Box or whatever, or I actually thought about getting the Xbox Pass or whatever the fuck that's called.
Yeah.
But I know that because I got like 4 or 5 games that I never touch. I always play the same shit. Once I learn something, I feel the learning curve's too big for me to learn something else.
Yeah. You
Well, I was like,
what
what
playing.
you're talking about the football games. It's
Yeah.
like, God, Madden, how the hell do you control that nowadays?
Yeah.
After like 2007, I was like,
Dude, I play Madden all the time.
I could not.
On
It's
Xbox
too much.
One.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man. You wouldn't believe the people that play that stuff and how good they are at it. It's ridiculous.
Greg said, "Why'd you pour half the fucking bottle in there?"
Because I got to put the rest
he
of the
watched
fucking
it, he's like-
half here in a minute.
He's like, he pulled the half.
You won't stop shit, Richard Givens.
I always stop this fuckhole in foot. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
You will never stomp me in fucking
Actually,
football.
Greg
you
used to be
bitch.
our old singer for Shadow the Earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg.
Love you, Greg.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
love you.
Thanks for tuning in. I see Sidney Dickey's with us.
We really
Said not
do.
his dick, whatever that felt. I don't
What's
know what
up,
that means.
Dickie?
Yeah, thanks
Dickie
for.
too.
Yeah, we had a little problem with her with Dickie, man. I made you a flyer and everything, Dick,
Yeah.
and you
you didn't
flaked,
show up.
and you dicked out on us, bro.
Fuck.
What's gonna happen? You gotta redeem yourself and come on the True Brew podcast or what? So,
Yeah, you are.
talking about me and Ricky and video games, I loved Halo, and not Halo in the sense of the campaign part of it. I was at work, and I won't talk because obviously we don't talk about our jobs, but the place I worked, you would not expect gamers to be at, right? So I got invited to this. Hey, we play Halo on Wednesdays at after work at 4:30 at my house till like 9 or 10. We order pizza and drink beer and talk shit. I'm like, what the fuck's Halo? I'm like, man, just come over. So I went over, and of course, I got my ass kicked probably 90% of the fucking time off the rip. And I'm a good sport for most things. I mean, most things I'll take with a grain of salt, let it slide off my back, that's something. But I got to the point where I was like, hey man, what the fuck? Give me the fucking secret. You got a fucking cheat code? What's going on here? Because I was shooting them 100 fucking times. They shoot me one time in the face and I was dead. I'm like, dude, So I made it my mission. I didn't have anybody to practice with, but I would go home and practice against my kids.
Yeah.
And I learned little secrets, like if you squat, you disappear off the radar. And another thing I learned was first time I learned about screen watching. We'd go there, and so I started bringing my own fucking TV and my own headphones, and I would wear one headphone on and wear one off, and they'd go, I don't understand, why do you have one headphone on, one off? I was like, oh, it just helps me, blah, blah, blah. Well, what I was doing was I could listen to their games playing on their TV, and I had my TV kind of turned to the side, but I could also hear if they were in certain parts of the map, like if they walked up steps, metal steps or something like that, I'd know where they were, or if the warthog cranked up, I know where they were. But anyhow, getting back to the Ricky story, me and Ricky, we dominated on fucking Halo, to the point and we always did the warthog. I drove, he shot, and we'd get fucking kids so fucking pissed off, man. And we didn't even, and we're in the same room now, and we didn't even talk, but we were like our minds was fucking connected. Like I remember one time I jumped in the warthog and went to haul ass, and this dude come up and he started fucking like punching Ricky or whatever, and I just stopped. I didn't say nothing to him. Just, whoop, stop. Ricky jumps out, kicks his own teammate, kicks his fucking ass, and we jump in the warthog like nothing ever happened. Like it was second fucking nature.
There he is.
Yeah. Tell the Shane story. What's the Shane story?
Yeah, who's Shane? Why don't I know this motherfucker?
You're gonna have to. Oh, Shane. Yes.
Shane.
He's right. So this nerdy guy, he works somewhere in the mall. I don't care wherever nerds work. And
GameStop.
GameStop wasn't around then. But anyhow,
you guys remember Rhino? The game store Rhino?
Yeah.
I remember that.
maybe that's where it was.
Rhino?
Ricky, did he work at Rhino? Maybe, I don't know. Anyhow, so being us, he invited us to our house, and we were playing this game called Skull on Halo. And it's where you have to hold the skull for a certain amount of time. And it made it kind of like into a juggernaut. Like if you hit somebody with a skull, it would, kill them almost instantly type shit. So we're playing like we normally play at home.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend was getting pissed, man. We're like, give me that fucking ball, motherfucker. And just bashing people in the head and talking cash shit. It was great, man.
Yeah.
Greg says, well, I did if it's cheating. Not everyone can do that with just hearing. Good old same room cheating. Oh, yeah. Screen watching. That's what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Screen watching, yeah.
It's like on Fortnite. Like they'll shoot you like one time you're fucking dead, and then you shoot them 100 times, and what the fuck?
And I used to make fun of kids playing Fortnite, and I played it. It's actually fun.
Me and Brandon really like the creative part of Fortnite.
I actually screwed up and bought a Fortnite shirt. I was like, look at that llama.
I bought a hoodie.
That llama's amazing. And my old lady's like, you bought a Fortnite shirt and you were making fun of kids playing Fortnite.
Hey, whatever. Actually, when we went up north, my nephew was big into Fortnite before I started playing it. I bought a hoodie online. This is where we dropping boys, had the little glider or whatever. I get up there and I walk in the door. I'm like, what's up? Just, being a good uncle. But I actually sit there and watch him play for hours because you only have one controller. I didn't even get to play. Yeah. But yeah, me and Brandon, man, we love the creative.
It's fun, man.
It's a lot of fun, man.
I like it.
Yeah, so anyhow. Do you guys think that violent video games that's the wrong word, transfer into like violent situations and like if you shoot people online, do you think that person will go and shoot somebody in the bank or you know what I mean? Or school shooting or whatever like that?
I mean, does it affect me or the person playing the game?
Yes. Does it make you... Okay, perfect example. If you play a fucking shoot 'em up game, does it make you want to go and fucking do a mass killing?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't.
No.
Because,
it's the personality, it's the person's personality, really.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to take to the extreme,
I mean, they might use that game, the person that really wants to shoot somebody, they might use that game towards, like, to plan on how they're going to shoot somebody, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I say.
I mean, they might plan it. Yeah. Booyah.
I think they could read a fucking book and do the same thing,
Yeah.
Imagination out of a book's way more extreme to me,
But I haven't explored this game much. I know of it. Have you ever heard of Second Life?
Never
It's where
heard
you
of it.
actually live it's almost like another personality on in the computer where you live another whole life. You're another person. You create this persona of you. Where you live, what you do for a living, your girlfriend, all these different things.
Ready
These
Player
different
One type thing.
Yeah, kind of like a Ready Player One, which is a great movie. I don't know if you like it or
Love
not,
that
but I
movie.
love that
Never
movie.
seen it. Never seen it in my life.
Yeah.
So I got a quick story
Gotcha.
for you. I don't know how
Gotcha.
quick it is, but
How
I'm gonna
quick
show you here.
Tell me how quick it is.
Hold on.
Oh.
So, of course, I grew up in the Atari age, and Damn, I thought I had a graphic for it. I don't have a graphic. Anyhow, back to. So I grew up in the Atari age, and I made this Atari art one time. Do you know much about Atari?
No,
You know,
I was a
you're
Nintendo.
Frogger, you Pac-Man, and
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. Well, there was this
Yeah,
game.
no.
I don't know why I don't have a graphic for it, but there was this game called Custard's Revenge, and actually it was a third-party game marketed by Swedish Erotica. It was like an adult game, and it was the classic 8-bit shit, and it had like little my friend's parents had it, so every time they would leave, we'd know where it was, and we'd go in there and play. And it had like a little custard, and he would go across the map or whatever, and he had to fuck a squaw on this side, and there was arrows coming down and stuff, and you had to dodge arrows. And it had his little 8-bit dick coming out as he went across there, that type of stuff.
That's
Yeah,
great.
it was
Why
So
don't they
any-
make? Why don't
huh?
they make something like that now?
I don't know. It'd kind of be fun, I guess.
I
It's
mean,
called Grand Dick Auto.
Grand dick.
why not?
So anyhow, I was at the flea market one time, and this guy had like this shitload of no, Marilyn Manson does so.
Just dealing with the.
Just dealing with other humans is enough to make you sometimes want to blast fools. Games ain't got no. What else he said? I'm curious. I mean, the stop.
Thanks to my drummer. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Unfortunately, I can't click on there, Chris. But anyhow, this game, I was at the flea market. This guy had like a big old cardboard box slap full of fucking Atari games. So I'm like, I'm kind of crafty-ish, kind of a pussy woman type shit. I like to make stuff. So I bought this thing, and I was going to make this Atari art. Well, I found these acrylic frames that were like an inch deep. I was like, that's perfect, man. And I actually took the frame with the Atari cartridge, and they fit nice and tight perfectly in there. I said, I'll make some Atari art. Well, of course, that game I'm talking about wasn't in that group. Wasn't in that box. But there was a site I found where you can print up actual original artwork, Atari games, cut out and everything, and put them on Atari cartridges. So I had like 2 Froggers.
Grand Dick Auto.
That's awesome. By the way, girl, you are an awesome singer. We have to get you on the show one of these days.
Yeah.
I thought it was, and no, I don't mean this in an offensive way, but I actually thought that was a guy. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I don't mean that in an offensive way at all. That was fucking awesome. So anyhow, I had like 2 Froggers, 2 Pac-Mans, and some other shit. And I'm like, well, I need to make it more. I don't want to have 2 in there. So I printed up these labels, and I thought about that game from my childhood. I was like, I'm gonna print that up. So I put it on there. I put it on eBay. Within 5 minutes, boom, sold. I thought, this is my fucking ticket, man. This shit's hot fucking. So the guy, I sent it to him, right? Boom, boom, boom. I said, I'm gonna make another one. So I'm scouring the flea markets for more Atari cartridges. And in the meantime, I get a message on eBay from this guy and say, hey man, your ad was wrong. You sold me some fake cartridges. I'm like, fuck you. Because in my ad I said genuine Atari cartridges, blah blah blah. Keep them as art, hang them on the wall, take them out and play them, blah blah blah. Something creative, like that. And he said, you're misrepresenting your card. I said, what are you talking about? And that was one of the ones I printed up because I always thought that game was cool. Well, unbeknownst to me, that game was worth $300.
Oh, shit.
And that's what made him buy so quick. He seen the game, he's like, boom, I'm getting it. And I think I had it for like 30 or 40 bucks. Boom, I'm getting this because he's going to make an instant profit. And then when he played it, it was fucking Frogger. Probably pretty pissed off. Anyhow.
Oh.
What you got?
Baby mama.
You got to talk to her?
Hello.
Just let me answer
You
real
tell her
quick.
you're on the podcast, bro.
Hello. She's good.
Put her on speaker.
She's with Reagan right now.
Brandon, put her on speaker.
I'm on the podcast right now.
I'll call you back.
I'll call you back right after I get done. Alright.
So another game I want to talk about, I'll throw this graphic up here. It's called Karate Champion. Now, in my day, we had arcades where you go to the arcade, you pump your quarters in there, like Noah's Arcade. There's this place in the mall called Gold Mine. Anyhow, this is the graphic here. These karate guys, and you had this little dude up there. But I remember saying that I wish they would come up with a... hold on there. They would come up with some kind of karate game. And back then it was just joysticks and one button usually.
So this is our Atari game right here, right?
Huh?
Or this is Atari here.
No, that's
No,
a
that's
stand-up.
Oh, okay.
That's a stand-up game.
Oh, okay.
That's high
Oh, see,
tech.
that's what I was thinking. I remember some of the Atari games, and it was just like you had maybe one leg or something. Going
Oh
on.
no, this was like full function. No offense, thank you. You're welcome. Jesse's a great coach. Oh, Well, there you go, Jess.
Thank you.
But no, this had, most games were up one button, like, Frogger or whatever, and a joystick. But I remember saying, man, I should have some kind of karate game. And then we debated and argued, me and my friends, how's that fucking possible? They can't have a fucking karate game. You know how many joysticks you would need? We couldn't even fathom how you would pull that off. But like some kind of fucking black magic, the next day we go to the fucking arcade like we did every day during the weekends. And sure enough, there it was. I'm like,
Wow.
It's almost like I wished it. Like I willed it to happen. So well, you mentioned earlier about some game you had that you really liked. What was it called?
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of started. I was a Nintendo baby, really. I guess. But I finally moved up to. We had PlayStation, and they had a game called Legacy of Kain: Blood Omen, which was the start of a series of games. And they never did bring that shit back. It all ended with one called Soul Reaver. It was Legacy of Kain: Soul Reaver.
Right.
But Blood Omen was just. It was just like just walk around exploring vampire game.
But was it like a role playing type game?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you're searching for things to level up. That way you can kill the evil god that turned you into the vampire.
Right.
Really cool game. It was just the story behind it, and it was actually really cheesy. But at the same time, it was like I've never got wrapped up in a game so much.
Did you ever play World of Warcraft?
No,
Me
I
neither.
didn't. No.
But that was kind of big, probably 15 years ago.
It's like for rich nerds. I mean, I can't,
But
I'm a broke nerd. I can't.
it got to the point where I had this couple that I worked with, this husband and wife, and they played it so much to where their kids started having learning, like adjusting disabilities and stuff. Not learning disabilities, no sake, but like adjusting in school with other kids because they never interacted with it. They would get off work, they'd grab them something to eat real quick, feed the kid, sit the kid in front of a cartoon or something.
Let them go.
And then they go
Autopilot.
play for 4 or 5 hours, and then feed the kid, whatever, put the kid to bed, bathe or whatever they had to do, and then back on the fucking World of Warcraft until 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then back at work. They liked it so much. But one of my favorite games, Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I love Mario Kart.
Or
especially when it
just
first came out.
regular Mario. Like the Super Mario.
I like that, but once you kind of
yeah.
beat it,
I loved it.
And
I
little
loved it.
tricks, you could skip to level 9.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was.
But
Yeah.
Mario Kart, I remember when it first came out, it was Super Nintendo, I believe. Drinking the blood of your victims to energy up. Great
Yes,
game.
Legacy of Kain.
Yeah,
Yes.
Legacy of Kain. Go check it out. If it's still around. Is it still around?
Yeah, you can't find it. Yeah, I think you can get a PC version of it.
Really?
Yeah, but
Even like on a retro game, like a Genesis or a...
no, they
That's
don't
weird.
actually.
Actually,
I
when
would buy it.
talking about Halo, I have an old Xbox, this regular Xbox 360, and I still have it. There's actually a server still up on Halo.
You guys remember when 3D actually became a thing? I remember playing Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem.
Oh God, it blew my mind. I was dizzy.
Well, see, I can go back just a little bit further, not to cut you off, but what was that? Something Quest. It was the stand-up game. Not Galaxy Quest. It was called something. Well, it was a knight, and it was all like animated, but it was pre-programmed. Like you did this move, and then he would do a sequence of things.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So anyhow, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, that was it was amazing. It was blew my mind.
It's like when
3D,
Grand Theft Auto came out. All of it was overhead,
Yeah.
over top of it.
Yeah. I mean, but
like
you
the-
still loved it though.
Yeah, like
You
the
know what I
first
mean?
and second one. I remember playing on PS1.
And that's another thing we'll get to is one of our other
Yeah.
topics is technology. But
Yeah.
it's funny how things were fine, and you were just as happy, elated that like you said, it was overhead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now you'd be like, I ain't playing that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably how I'd feel if I pulled up that game. I'd be like, this kind of
so
sucks.
fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
It's like
So how many people we got watching there, old Brando?
6.
6 of them. Okay,
6 of them.
great. Yep,
We had
I see.
11 at one time.
Oh, okay.
Great.
I guess we must have bored them. Fuck them. Go drink a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my whole
Do
band's
something.
here. We call this a band practice tonight. That's good.
Sure, yeah. It qualifies as a band practice.
Oh, yeah.
Ish. One more game I want to talk about, and then we're going to move on. But does anybody remember Leisure Suit Larry? It was a PC-only game.
They were
I don't think it was sophisticated. It was too sophisticated to be on any kind of other platform, like Atari or something like that. But basically, it was a role-playing game. It was like one of the you had Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that. But this was one of the first ones. And I remember sitting around the computer with my friends, and they're like, "Make them fuck," and you actually never seen them have sex.
Yeah.
but you just seen him like under the sheet and stuff, and it was like,
going down.
yeah, it was just like,
It was
he's
going
like,
down.
oh man, and then we talked about it for a week. Oh man, he made Leisure Suit Larry blah blah blah.
Man, y'all jerked off to that shit.
Did you ever take
Yeah.
your
Not in the same room we did.
I know y'all
Did you ever
did.
take and do Laura Croft
Same
like
everything.
Tomb Raider and like try to get it in certain angles and shit?
No, but
Gosh,
you know
it's
what
so
freaked
hot.
me out one time? I had a,
That's actually my hall pass, man. Angelina Jolie. Like I ever autographed Mole's like you can fuck her.
if it ever came around,
if it ever came around.
because she knows it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Man, but what if it really did happen?
But see that
How mad would she be?
Well, she's got people. She's got a couple, I think. You know, like Jimmy Fallon and shit like
Oh,
that. You know?
oh.
But I'm like, just give me Laura Croft. Like if it's Angelina,
Does she have to be dressed as Laura Croft?
She has to be Laura Croft. Yeah, Angelina Jolie as
Okay.
Laura Croft.
I can dig it.
From the '90s though, because she doesn't look that good anymore.
No, I think Brad Pitt done wore that ass
I
out.
would get an old ragged out Angelina Jolie.
Your singer asked, "What is our each of opinion on what's the best game system?"
Who said that? Are you asking that?
No, his singer did.
Oh, he wants to know our opinion on what? Each game system?
Which one we think is the best?
Oh, man.
I got a lot of memories on PS1. You know.
PS2.
Yeah.
PS2.
PS1 for me. You know?
I'm going to have to agree with Jesse because PS1,
No.
I remember when it first came out.
I
it
take
was-
back GameCube. GameCube.
Okay.
I don't know. I could say.
I love
I
GameCube.
didn't-
I don't know if I could say
I
favorite
didn't
though.
fuck with it. Yeah.
I don't know if I could say favorite. What
I
was
played on it.
What was
but
Skater Die on?
Skater Die was Nintendo.
Nintendo.
I love Skater Die.
Skater Die was some shit with the fucking bees chase you around and
Yeah.
stuff. That was awesome,
You
man.
had to be this fucking
Skate
punk rock
or
skater kid.
die.
You know? It was like a culture behind the video game. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk knew what he was doing. He got on that shit.
Mortal Kombat.
Or remember Tekken?
PS1.
Tekken. Mortal Kombat was on PS1, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
PS Tekken was on PS1.
Yeah,
I like Tekken too.
But versus Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Scorpion all the way. I mean,
I never really had a favorite because I really never learned Mortal
I
Kombat.
love Raiden and Scorpion.
I just like push a bunch of fucking buttons, you know, just
Yeah.
that and Street Fighter. I always loved Street Fighter.
Street Fighter was cool.
But my favorite guy was the fucking guy. What's the guy with the long arms? The Indian looking dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
He could reach out and touch you and had the big old fucking long legs.
30 years ago.
Yeah. No. So what do you want to talk about next? You want to talk about old versus new parenting? You want to talk about technology?
let's talk about
I got
technology.
some good technology.
Let's talk about technology. 'Cause
Okay.
We're talking about old game systems. Let's go into the new shit.
And see, that's funny about when you say about old game system. I can't pick a favorite
Yeah.
because I'm, unfortunately, you know, I still have my retro things about certain things, but unfortunately, I'm kind of like, if you know, what's
go-
next?
Yeah. Well, they're actually coming out with a PS5 and the Xbox 2 now. The Xbox 2 looks like a fucking
Already?
like a DVR player or a DVD player. It's literally like this thin.
Lindsay said her hall pass is Ryan Reynolds from Deadpool, but he has to be dressed as Deadpool, though, huh?
Yeah, and
You know
talking
her?
shit to her, probably. That's my lady. Hey,
Oh, hey,
love
Lindsay.
you, baby.
Thank you for letting Jesse come on and chill with us and drink some Crown Apple and whatnot.
But yeah, they're coming out with these.
You got more than one hall pass though.
these new game systems like the PS5 and
And see, that brings me to a good point. The whole virtual reality, augmented reality shit, I don't think it works because
no.
the sheer fact that as generations go on, they're getting lazier and lazier.
Yep.
They are.
Yeah. And I remember Ricky telling me one time, I knew that, of course, just a little background. Me, Ricky, and Brandon obviously are brothers, but there's 11 years between each one of us. So I'm 46. Ricky's 30, just turned 35.
Your parents got down like that?
Yeah, my
God,
mom turned
dude.
40 and had
All
Brandon.
right, it's been 11 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get
So
it
anyhow,
out.
so I knew that there was a generation gap there when Ricky told me one
Yeah,
time.
that's generations.
Well, I mean,
That's cool.
But you know, you still like some of the same things. And me, when I
Right.
grew up, I was out building forts, playing cops and robbers, all that kind of bullshit. And I remember asking Ricky, "Hey man, you want me to make you, help you build a fort? Nah. You want to do this? Nah. You want to build it? Nah. I'm more of an in-store guy." I knew right then, generations have changed.
Yeah.
And that's what, augmented reality and virtual reality, the more they have to move around and fucking punch shit and all that, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Fuck, they want to sit there and with a joystick in their
Yeah,
hand.
it kind of depends on what they're getting back out of it. You
Like you
know,
said,
if
thanks for
it's
keeping me
like
alive.
hey, if I beat this guy's ass, I can get like the Ready Player One. If I beat this guy up, or if I kill him, I'll get his coins or something. I'll level up.
Right.
Maybe there'll be a spot there where kids will be like, you know what, let me go and put forth the effort
Right.
to get something back out of it if they set it up that way.
Well, like when I talked about World of Warcraft, there was actually, I've heard of people, they had, their system I guess was gold, there was people that would build these characters up and accrue this gold and actually sell gold online, like eBay and stuff, and you could buy the gold for real money.
Wow.
There's money they're making. They're playing a video game, accruing gold in the game, and then selling that gold. I guess they have some kind of way you can transfer it to other people,
They still do that.
or build up a character to whatever the highest level. Whoever knows the highest level.
Maybe just hand them the character and you can kill them and get their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
Jesse, your singer said that your roommate loves your beard.
Oh.
It is a
Yes.
pretty sweet beard.
It is.
It's
I was
strokable.
gonna mention something about that, but it's a pretty nice beard.
It's a lot of fucking gray as well.
Actually, my brother Ricky and his friends, this is way back when, had a beard club here in Lake City. Do you remember that? You know
No.
Nathan Bachman or any of those guys? Brad Bullard?
No.
No. Yeah, they had like a little beard club. And basically, it was just an excuse to get around and drink beer and talk shit.
Yeah.
It was less about the beards. But according to them, you had to have some kind of facial hair. I qualified barely. I can't grow a fucking beard.
I didn't
man.
have any at the time.
Not that I
was
would
like
grow
15.
a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that I would, but I can't grow a beard, man. So talking about technology,
Technology.
I think technology, if you think about technology in the fact of 200 years ago, you know, people were afraid to sail so far out in the ocean because they thought they were going to fall off the fucking earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that, you know, I won't say that I believe in aliens, so to speak, but I do believe that there's something out there. We can't be the only ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
And that kind of goes against some of my, you know, I'm not real super religious. I'm more of a spiritual person.
Yeah, that's me.
But it still kind of goes against some of those things. But to me, it's like we can only see this far. You know what I mean? As human beings, we can only go this far as human beings. What else is out there that we just can't get to or can't see or can't hear? There's got to be something.
There's something out there.
You agree?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's got to be something out there.
There's something that tied everything to, you know, 'cause you got something on this side of the hemisphere, something over here, and it's still tied together. How did that happen? You know?
And that's another thing too.
And
You know,
you put, you know,
Yeah.
30,000 years between there and there, or even longer. How did it still tie together?
but
know?
you understand how perfect conditions have to be. If the temperature is 15 degrees on average hotter, or 15 degrees on average colder in the coldest places in the world and the hottest places in the world, that we would die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The things have to be just fucking right in just the right places for it to work. So that leads me. I mean, when I'm talking about Christopher Columbus stuff like that, if you think about it, technology has like increased light speed. If you think of all of time, all of record. Thank you. If you think of all of recorded time, we've gone at light speed in the last 200 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pretty much ever since gunpowder, but yeah,
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Even
it
then,
was
it was
like-
light speed.
Yeah.
Wasn't
From
gunpowder
then,
what the
it-
1400s or more earlier than that? China.
China. Yeah, there was probably like I don't know. I'm not even sure. But it seemed like everything jumped over the last, for sure, the last, 600 years anyhow.
Yeah, I don't know.
But 200 has been astronomically unbelievable.
Yeah, if you compare
Unbelievable.
the whole of time up until then yeah. Just a quick break. If you're just joining us, you're joining the True Brew podcast, where the beer is cold, the truth is told, real topics, real guys drinking beer, and real talk. I kind of said that backwards. It's starting to get a
That
little.
is your beard, baby.
That's your beer. If you're offended by strong language or adult content, maybe this podcast is not for you.
Between
But-
your thighs. This is the beard.
But if you're not, keep watching. We got some good content. We're always having fun on the True Brew podcast.
I
So.
got a question for you guys.
I got an answer.
Or do you have an answer?
Meg. What's your
Okay.
question?
You know how they say like they know all these stories from back like when Jesus was apparently walked, the earth and everything.
Okay.
How do they know all that happened? How did
Because
like,
the Bible is a book. It's a recording of a plethora of stories that are put together by different people.
Okay, but they said the Bible was written by Jesus.
No, it wasn't. It's written by man.
Yeah.
But how do they know all that stuff? So
Well,
how
do
do they
know?
how do they know that
If you walk
Jesus is
outside and
real?
see a bird fly and you go, "Oh, the bird fly," and you write it down,
Yeah.
that's how you know it.
It's a.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
See, I mean, but I don't know.
What do they say in Joe Dirt? Why does a whatever have it?
Well,
it
it's garden, bro.
does.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You know Joe Dirt.
yeah.
What's he say? What's
Well,
his
it's
dad say?
positive track in a 62 Plymouth work.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
how's
does, man.
Yeah, but I'm just
Something like that.
And so if you've seen the positive track in the 62 Plymouth and you went, "Oh my God," you write it down. Guess what?
That's my role model dad.
I'm
that guy.
just-
Is that what you're asking? I don't understand what you're asking, really.
I don't understand how they know all these because if you go to church, they'll tell you line by line on how it happened.
Right.
I don't believe that.
Chicks with dicks?
What now?
I said, you know, line by line how that happened. But I don't believe that.
That happened too.
I
mean-
don't know, man.
I don't believe. I mean, I believe there's something out there, but I don't believe what they tell me.
I tend to believe there's got to be something out there. I mean, there is no God. Okay, Chris, that's cool. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out, right?
And
I mean, we'll
I
find
get it.
out
That's why.
eventually.
Yeah, I kind of stick with the more
Because
spiritual
you-
side of things. You
Yeah,
know?
you know,
Um,
I'm objective for the most part.
You know how
Yeah,
they
'cause-
say like when you'll see the light and you'll go on to. But how do you fucking know that?
You don't know. You just know what other people tell you.
I don't believe that shit.
Now, see, I think a lot of things you can explain, not to get off the subject of technology, but I think a lot of things can be explained very simply. You know what I mean? What we see and what we hear and what we experience might be different for you to me. You know what I mean? So you might think, oh my God, I've seen an orb or ghost. Could be easily explained. You know what I mean? That's just everybody's interpretation. But anyhow, get back to technology.
Technology. Sorry.
Huh?
Do you know they have a phone now that you can fold your screen?
Yeah, the fold. I just seen it.
Yeah.
I'm a big follower of Casey Neistat. You know who Casey Neistat is on YouTube?
No.
He's a big dude's worth millions. Anyhow, he lives in New York and he does a lot of reviews of stuff. And he just did the review on the screen. A lot of people are having problems with it. It's like a break-in,
I
you know,
bet.
because they open
I
and
bet.
close it and open and close it so much. you
Well,
know?
I mean, when they test shit, you know, they put it on a test bench and it does this for, you know, however many days, whatever. What about the motherfucker that's doing all this shit too, and then he
Yeah.
puts it in
Stick in
his
his
pocket?
pocket.
You know, it's like
throw it
Gets
on the
dirt in
couch.
there.
it's not real shit, you know.
Right. It's not accurate testing.
There's a lot of things going on right now with that. Yeah, I've heard a lot about those.
I've heard the screens break easily.
Right, and then once it's folded, you can't access it. So to access the phone, to use it all, you have to open it up, and it's a tablet. So it's almost like, I mean, you're getting the what the word I'm looking for, the convenience of it folding and sticking in your pocket versus, you know, a 9-inch, 10-inch tablet or something. I get it, but to use the phone, you actually have to open it up.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's stupid.
you can't just go, okay, yeah, so and so called, and stick it back in your pocket. You know what I mean?
It's stupid. I mean, flip phones are a thing.
They'll
of the
get it
past.
right. They'll get it right eventually. Or
One
they'll
day.
bust, you know.
I think it's
One day.
What happened to microphones? Remember that shit?
Microphones.
It's like these little phones. that
Oh yeah,
just,
yeah.
you
I
know,
remember actually
eek.
way
Yeah, but the
before
smaller the
going,
better, you know.
way before I even had a phone, going into the phone stores, Verizon, whatever, and seeing these phones and going, who would want that little thing? I'd lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Virgin Mobile, remember that
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
I remember that.
I feel-
Actually, my first phone was from Virgin Mobile. It was about this big,
Yeah.
and it was just the.
Who had a bag phone? Anybody have a bag
My
phone?
buddy had a bag phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand now the reason why people have bag phones because they were higher wattage because we had fewer towers and they had to reach out further to these towers.
Gotcha.
You know, versus now there's a tower right down the road here, right down the road there. You know what I mean? They're everywhere, so you don't need that big of wattage. But you have to have a bag phone that has some power. It's almost like having a linear in your seat for your CB, for anybody who knows what that is. So you could reach out and touch some people, you know, and communicate with people. But I think the funny thing about technology is how, like we talked earlier, how simple you get used to things. Like you said, your favorite game system, you know, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Nintendo, how then was awesome. And how things back then, like, say for instance, rotary dial phones.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remember
I'm
rotary
familiar
phone?
with them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Grandma
grew up
had
with it.
some.
Yeah. And if you had
It's
to
fun to
call
play on.
someone and they had too many nines in their fucking number, I don't know if you guys. I wish I had a graphic. I should have put a graphic up. Dave McCall is watching. What's up, Dave? The biggest game of telephone ever. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you had too many nines in someone's number, the nines are way over here. So it's kind of like you rotate it all the way back.
Yeah.
And then if you got a busy signal, you're like, fuck.
You got to redo that shit.
You'd redo it maybe once, twice, and then you're like, I'll call back later.
Yeah.
And people these days are like, they want instant. You know what I mean? And that's what I think the problem is. No one talks at dinner no more. It's kind of like everyone has to be stimulated constantly. You know, if you're not stimulated. And have you ever seen the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix?
Is it like Ben-Hur?
No. It's called Her, H-E-R.
Okay, no.
And it actually
I didn't know
has
if it was in the
Scarlett
Ben-Hur.
Johansson is the voice, the AI voice on there.
Okay.
But when I hear her voice, I think of what's the chick that looks like she was in A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I know
Charlize
you've heard.
Theron, because they sound a lot alike if you listen to them. See, I don't have a crush
So-
on Scarlett Johansson, but I do have a crush on Charlize Theron. So when I hear that voice, I don't even think it's Charlotte Johansson.
He was like double
Carly.
dipping there. It's like
Yeah. But anyhow, the movie is set in the future just a little bit, and everyone had these phones, and they're all small, by the way, these little screens. And I guess there's this augmented reality where you can talk to this person. They talk to you like no computer voice, no nothing. Well, he actually falls in love with this chick, and then gets his heart, because he was married at one time, and then he's a lonely guy. I think he makes a little bit of money. He's got a really nice apartment, but he does this AI stuff and actually falls in love with this AI, and then gets his heart broken because when he finally asked the question, how many other people do you talk to? And she said, 40,563 or some shit like that. He went, what? Yeah, how many do you have a relationship with? 3,000 something. So he thought he was the only one, Poor motherfucker. It's actually a really good movie. Joaquin Phoenix is awesome.
That's a form of TikTok, right? Is that what,
TikTok.
what's the new,
I don't watch.
shit?
I mean, I scroll through. It's on the internet, on Facebook, but another thing that people don't do is like writing letters. No one writes a letter no more.
Fuck no.
Unless you're in prison.
Unless you're in prison.
That is true.
I mean, even now, I've heard that you can, type through this thing called jail mail. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard like
Never heard of that.
you could talk through jail mail.
Her was a brilliant movie. You're right.
I didn't. I mean, that's just what I've heard.
But no one writes letters. And that's another thing we talked about a couple podcasts before
Yeah.
about things dying off. Like no more video rental stores and
Which
stuff
I'm
like
kind
that.
of glad because my penmanship sucks any fucking how, So I'm glad I don't have to write a letter to anybody.
Yeah, or
looking at my shit. I mean, pretty much everybody on here knows I can't fucking spell.
or
They're
like
like this dumbass.
dating sites or something. I mean, you actually had to put an ad in this. Are you okay, Brandon?
I'm good, man.
Is he dying? Are you mourning his death?
No, I'm just thinking about the podcast before. It's so good with him on it. And I was just,
I was making you sad.
it's just making me sad.
All right.
I'm just sorry.
Devontae.
Yeah, Devontae McCall.
Spike Jones movie. I did not know that. I love the movie too. I like Spike Jones
Oh,
too.
no.
He was in what was that army movie with Three Kings with Mark Wahlberg. That was a good movie.
Never seen it.
That
Ish.
was okay.
Ish.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Spike Jones was in that, and didn't Spike Jones do Jackass stuff too, right? He's a producer of Jackass.
I think
Him and
so.
Jeff Tremaine and Johnny Knoxville. I
Think
think
so.
they're like a three-piece as far as that goes.
So,
We actually used to fuck around, and right when I got out of high school, we used to make videos like that. We called them shock sequences, and we'd do all the jackass shit, running through crazy
I used to be the
bushes
Jackass
naked.
King. By
Yep,
the
Brandon
way.
was a
Yeah.
Jackass King back in the
That's
day.
my dog. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yep.
Yeah, I used
He-
to do stupid shit.
That he
we
didn't
did a
used to do.
lot.
We used to make him. Do
If we
stupid
ever find that video, I'm putting it out. But
I mean,
y'all would have to look at my naked ass.
I remember
'Cause
one-
I used to
I
run
remember
around.
one time, not to get
I
off
was the
subject
naked
of
guy.
technology, I remember one time they drove me back on behind of Tim's Nissan, I believe. Tim had a Nissan.
No. It was that
Or-
Toyota, 1979 Toyota Corolla Estate wagon.
Well, maybe. But
Oh yes.
I had a
$300 I paid for that.
Really?
I had a pedal car, like a little go-kart looking
Yeah.
thing. And
We tied a rope to it, tied to the bumper.
dude, I
Get some.
fucking went over forward, and the fucking car ran me over, and I jumped up. I was like, I'm the fucking Jackass King. I was
And-
like
yep.
6 years old.
And then,
Couldn't wait.
yeah,
Couldn't
from
wait
then
to go.
on, he was the Jackass King.
yeah.
It was just
I
a way
was
for us to give the
I
dude
remember when
stupid
I was
shit.
6, my sisters were fucking running me over on bicycles.
And then, then I knew they went too far. I showed up one day because I used to go and pick up Ricky like every Monday. I had Mondays off. I'd go and hang out with him, not pick him up necessarily. Every time we'd hang out, but I show up at the house one day and they have. I don't know if I should describe this. There was a dog. There was Brandon. There was peanut butter. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh,
Really?
Yes.
I mean,
Good times. Good
There,
times.
there was a Rottweiler.
Oh,
well,
Rottweiler.
just let me say this. I put the peanut butter on the dog's nuts and licked it off.
Oh well, I wasn't gonna go that far.
I'm
bro.
just kidding. Ha ha.
Don't call the police.
Don't call the police.
Got him.
Yeah.
JK.
Yeah. But another thing, like we talked about letters, like passing notes in school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're talking about instant gratification. People have to be constantly stimulated these days.
It's true.
Passing notes in school, you had to wait till you got an answer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it might not be the answer you want. Like, do you like me? Yes or no? Blah blah. Check the box. Whatever. You know. Hey.
Yeah.
And I remember my kids saying, "Dad, my cell phone," which I didn't have a cell phone until I was probably 25, man. And then I seen
That's
a
about me. Yeah.
I seen a homeless guy one time with a fucking dog with a cell phone going across the street in front of me. I'm like, fuck that shit. He's got a fucking phone. I'm getting a phone too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember trying to text with the 9 button.
Oh yeah.
with
Beep
the-
beep beep
Oh,
beep
dude.
beep 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 beep.
I was so
beep,
quick
beep,
at
You know,
beep.
and
I
I
could
got a
do it.
phone. My first phone, honestly, I was going through my first divorce, well, my only divorce. So, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get a phone. You know, and I got my first cell phone, and I'm all trying to mac on this chick, this fucking button. So I was like, all right, we were done, called it quits, you know, and split up. So I'm at mom's couch trying to figure this shit out. I'm 10 years behind. Looking at this, it's so pathetic.
I actually had a pager.
Wow.
Yes, I had a pager. And there was this code back when they had payphones. I don't know if you can find a payphone these days, but back when they had payphones in
I
Lake
think
City,
Live Oak still has one.
really?
There's actually one at the Chevron by the FHP.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's
well.
one up there.
But
Usually Greyhounds too.
Yeah, or Greyhounds. Lake
Greyhound,
City,
though.
every one of their payphones was 7529. And if you needed to make a collect call, it was an automated system when you would call whatever the thing for, for the collect call, and then it would say, at the tone, please say your name. And you recorded your name. So there was never a live operator that whenever the person on the other end would answer. So we had the code. All we had to do, if we called one of our friends, is give the last 3 numbers. We would say 967. They knew the call, 752-967, and we'd answer.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I remember my daughter telling me one time, she was like, Dad, my cell phone, blah, 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 I ain't going to have it the weekend. In my day, if you didn't make fucking arrangements, like on
Yeah.
Friday from school, hey, you want to spend the night? Yeah, ask your mom. All right, and make sure it was good. That was it.
Right.
You didn't see it until Monday, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just funny how
that
that
shit was
goes.
more like Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's like, you better get with mom.
And it kind of reminds me of that movie Her, because in that movie, everyone's walking around with this fucking screen in their face, just walking around. And everybody's got earpieces in, like not like this, like kind of like a Bluetooth or whatever, but everyone's just engaged. And I remember seeing kids one time after school here recently. No kids interact, you know what I mean?
No.
Everyone's on their phone.
You don't see them playing sports anymore.
No
either.
sports, no going
Nothing.
outside. Because that was me. I grew up, go play. Do your homework, do your chores, and you went and played.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about chores when we get to parenting.
Yeah.
But
I was kind of the lazy kid, I was like, I had a friend that would drag my ass outside.
yeah.
He would be like, dude, you got to come out and play. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to play Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the way it was.
I played a lot of Legos indoors, but Army Men and shit like that. I'd go out and build forts exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
I loved to go outside, but at the same time, I was at the birth of some of the greatest, video game technology that it actually exploded, like
Yeah.
the technology itself, and
See, I think the reason I didn't really get into video games at that young age, because Ricky's the only one that ever had video games.
Right.
And he, being the older brother, always didn't want me to play his shit. Didn't want me to touch his stuff. So I would go find something else to do, jerk off in a sandbox or fucking.
Speaking of jerking off,
Oh.
Dave said he's very stimulated right now.
Oh well,
Thanks, Dave.
thanks.
Great.
You're welcome. I shouldn't say thanks. I say you're welcome.
But yeah,
Good thing we can't see
I
him.
think that's the reason why I didn't really get into video games when I was younger. Like 5, 6, I'd just actually
You'd rather play outside.
Yeah, because Ricky was always like,
You used
oh,
to
you
get
ain't
in less
playing my
trouble.
You'll
stuff.
play one game. Oh, you died. My turn.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it was, though, man. I miss. We talked about this on a few podcasts ago, whatever, about video game stores. I actually miss the not video game stores, movie rental stores like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Aardvark. Remember Aardvark?
Aardvark Video.
Fucking
I
Aardvark.
do. I actually had a friend of mine who was like a nephew of the owner or something, and they always portrayed like, oh yeah, my mom owns. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, or renting video game systems.
Right.
Yeah,
It was the adventure.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really know what the fuck I want, but I'm going to go.
and you never
And
knew
we'll
what you were
figure
gonna
it
get.
out. Yeah.
And then you were
Fuck,
up by
I
the
don't have
front
this,
looking for
but-
the returns. Like, did anybody return this movie yet? Oh, I don't know.
You remember getting, I used to get all the, what is it, Evil Dead movies?
Yeah.
You ever watch that shit?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, that dude just got his leg
Ricky's a
cut
big
off.
fan of Evil Dead. Matter of
Evil
fact,
Dead shit. Yeah.
I made his girlfriend one time, Ash. I made her a Halloween costume. I made her a chainsaw arm. I carved it out of styrofoam and everything, but she actually could stick her hand in it.
Right.
Yeah,
Remember
badass.
Faces of Death? Did you ever
Oh
play that?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would
Faces
we'd
of
buy
Death
we'd
was-
get pizza like the $4 or $5 little
Gruesome shit.
what do they call
For
it?
us.
The little Totino's
Mhm.
dollar pizzas, whatever.
Yeah.
And we would bet slices how they're gonna die. You know what I mean?
Remember the chick that got bit by a
Ricky
leech
said,
or some shit and got killed her.
Mr. Movie, Video Village.
Yep, pick a
Movie
flick.
Gallery.
Pick a
yes.
Flick, Top Video. I remember the one down by, it's on the other side of, like 190, where 90 meets, that little plaza right there.
190.
There used, tattoo shop used to be there. I think.
Oh, yeah. Where the
remember-
Dollar General's at. Right? No. I
On
know
the
you're
other
talking
side.
That's newer.
about. Actually, Ricky's girlfriend, Kelsey's
Yeah,
stepdad, or whatever the fuck he is, had a tattoo shop there.
yeah.
Yes, I know what you're talking
But
about.
there used to be a movie store in there. And the
I think
one
that was Mr. Movie. What was that? Rick, was that Mr. Movie?
That was the end of it, though, right?
Yeah, that was towards the end. It was starting to
last
peter
survivor,
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last man.
There's
standing
actually
right there,
not a Blockbuster. There's actually a video rental store that's still open. Matthew McConaughey and Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon went there and did like a local video thing for him.
There actually is a movie.
And it's
rental
all
place,
VHS too.
a DVD rental place here in Lake City. It's,
Really?
That's actually. It's not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a full, but you
Like
know
a
that.
like a walk-in store type thing.
Yeah, but it's not like it's a store. It's actually like a gas station.
Oh,
The one up there on 47, top of the hill.
You talking about Sonny's up there?
No, I don't know. It's off the
on the left.
past 75
Yeah,
up on the
yeah.
hill.
Yeah, but they still rent out movies.
Oh,
Really?
weird.
Yeah, they still rent
think
movies.
Sonny's
I
still
went in there
owns
the
that.
other day. I'm like, y'all still rent movies? Like, I remember this when I was like 10 years old. You guys were renting movies.
Yeah, that was the
But-
best part, man.
But they got all the damn, you know.
Yes,
the
he
new
said that
shit.
was Mr. Movie. You're right, Rick. That one by the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah, him and Blockbuster
Who
was
wa-
the last two standing.
Yeah.
What was in the
John.
5 Points pawn shop? I remember that was a movie stop.
I don't know if it was a rental though. I think it was you could just buy fucking.
Yeah,
they had like
they
dollar
just had shit
DVDs
you
or
could
something.
buy. Yeah.
I remember that too.
That was
Yeah.
a pretty cool adventure, though. I used to love going to movie stores and just wander around and look at shit.
You guys remember
My
movie gallery in
parachute
Walmart?
pants.
The what?
Movie gallery in Walmart?
No.
No,
Uh-uh.
it's,
The old Walmart, right?
no, the Walmart now. There's a movie gallery where like the
I don't remember that.
the liquor store is right now.
Really?
There was a movie gallery in there.
I don't really remember that.
Ricky will probably remember it.
Yeah.
So I remember going in there and actually I rented Green Army Men from there.
I think though, not to stray too far off technology. I think that like the information age, it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? Because it's going to kill a lot of industries. Like say for instance, like I got a new vehicle and I paid $80 for an oil change the other day.
Right.
Shit.
And then I go online and find out that I can get the oil 5 quarts for $22 plus the oil filter $10.
Yeah.
I looked online on YouTube how to fucking change oil. I mean that's killing mechanics for the most part. I mean there's some, and that's why people say why aren't vehicles more simpler? You know what I mean? Because they have to make them complicated.
Yep.
So otherwise you have to take them to the dealer. Otherwise they're going to go out of business. You know
It
what I mean?
ain't like fucking 1976 where you can crawl up underneath there. And,
Right. I remember my favorite, and I say this for a long time that my favorite truck would have been a D100, a Dodge D100, because I remember working at AutoZone that I did something for this guy, and there was enough room inside the fucking engine compartment that you could sit on the wheel wells and work on your shit.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, if you lifted the hood on this fucking car we got now, this fucking Chevy we got now,
No
we
reason.
had to give somebody a fucking jump the other day, and I didn't know how.
They
I
got
couldn't find the fucking positive. I couldn't find the battery.
They got it. They got some of them in the trunk, some underneath the seats now.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah. It's stupid.
Like my van, I had to do a tune-up on it when I got it, but you had to tear the whole top of the motor off to get to the fucking spark plugs.
Do you remember your phone number?
My phone number?
Yeah. Can we talk about
My
rotary dial
first phone number?
Any phone number.
I do.
What
I
was-
couldn't
what was
tell
it?
you.
I do. 8407. I remember. Yeah.
Now, I can tell you, like, I
Can't
can't,
forget.
this is weird, I could tell you Ricky's old phone numbers.
What was it?
One was 292-1439, or 292-1239.
If you ask any kid today, anybody that is old enough to have a cell phone, what their phone number is, or what? Not what their phone number, what somebody else's phone number is, but they can't tell you.
No. I'll look in my
I
contacts.
remember mine from 40 years ago.
Holy shit.
Yep. 623-2917. I'll never forget. I don't know why. It's engraved.
2710, I think, was my first cell phone.
Two
Yeah,
names.
I don't know. So anyhow, if you're just tuning into True Brew, see that's what happened. That's why I picked that name, True Brew, because
Yeah.
once you have a
True
couple
Brew.
beers, you start fumble
True
fucking
Brew.
yeah. So if you're just new to the show, follow us on Instagram on what's it, Podbean.
I fucking like it.
Yeah. Periscope
Yeah.
at True Brew, YouTube True Brew,
Fucking share
Instagram
it.
the True Brew
Fucking like it.
Podcast, Twitter True Brew, and Podbean.com True Brew Podcast. If you like the audio only podcast, which we do, we have a lot of fans.
Chris said he's calling you now.
Chris, put him on speakerphone.
Do it.
Put him on.
Do it.
Yeah, put him
Call
on.
us.
Yes,
Nah.
that would be great.
Whatever, Chris. Fuck.
Yeah, good job, Chris.
Good job. You got our
Uh,
hopes up and you ruined them.
Speaking of, I mean, you're in the
me and
music.
Chris, we butt heads so much. but
Really?
I think we
Get him
love
on the
it.
show.
I think we love it. Yeah, we gotta get in here. We gotta get Chris Hewitt in here.
Yeah. Hewitt.
Speaking of video, you're in the music. Remember record stores?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What
It's
happened?
done. CDs are done.
See,
CDs
I'm
are gone.
like-
The only other the new medium is streaming.
Yeah.
If you don't stream, you ain't gonna get nothing.
Well, so we're writing music and stuff, and we got 2 songs recorded. We're fixing to have another one here in a few months. And I'm like, why the fuck do we spend all the time to actually put a CD together? I'm gonna get 5 bands together and put their shit together instead of writing just a whole CD just with my band. Fuck that. Let's put out 5 other bands at the same time.
Yeah.
That way, it's a
idea.
little bit more appealing, and you got
Yeah.
5 bands actually pushing my band.
That's actually a good idea.
That's a good idea, and
Good
I've
marketing
got
tool.
that in the work. I got that in the works right now, and I got a t-shirt sponsorship right now in the works. So, but yeah, CDs are done. I don't know what the
Chris
fuck
said
they're
he's
gonna
calling you now. Then it says NA. Then it says no, the old number you just said. No, call his number now, Chris. Get on the show, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually a record store in Gainesville.
Oh, you talking about the 34 in Charles or whatever the fuck that is?
No, that's Second in Charles.
Second in
But
Charles,
they
34
they
I don't
do
know.
sell records there.
What was the
Oh.
one off of
But the-
University in Maine?
Yeah, that's the one right there. It's
Well-
like off by the little pub over
So
there.
when I was younger, I had dreadlocks.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay.
You
So-
should have brought a
sweet.
picture.
You need to do that
Should've
to
brought
your
a
beard.
picture. I
That would've been
should've
awesome.
done that
You do.
shit. Well, I didn't have a beard then. I was probably, I was just
What I'm talking about now.
I was in high school, so but I had dreadlocks for like 3 years, and I used to hang out at that fucking record store, and people used to prompt me to buy weed all the time. It was
Just because you had
funny.
dreadlocks.
Yeah, they're like, dude, man, I'm going with a bag. I'm like, oh.
It's like when people ask me for a dip. Hold on, man. Why,
If
why
it's
you profiling, bro?
If
Yeah.
it's good
You got
old
a
boy.
dip, bro.
Why are you
I get out of
doing,
a truck. Hey,
boy?
man, you got a dip?
You got
What the fuck you talking
a
about?
you got a smoke.
Yeah.
White guy with dreads, he's got weed.
Oh, he got weed. Yeah, for
No.
sure.
He's got weed.
No.
And most of them do. That's okay.
Well,
Got a
yeah.
lot of it.
I don't know. But yeah. Oh, did you ever download music off of Pirate Bay? You know what Pirate Bay is?
No.
I remember like LimeWire.
LimeWire, it's the
and,
same thing. It's like a-
FrostWire, whatever.
Frost-
Yeah.
okay.
It's still kind of like the internet share, like a sharing site where like there was Cedars and Leechers. Cedars had the information. Say for instance, you had this movie, and Leechers were trying to get it. So if you had more Cedars than Leechers, you could usually get. And what it basically is, if you had say the whole movie to G.I. Jane, and there's 100 of you guys with G.I. Jane. I'm getting a little portion from each one of you
Oh,
if
wow.
I want to download it. But I remember the logo on Pirate Bay was a skull and crossbones and a cassette tape, and I never figured it out until here recently. It's because when the cassette came out, the industry was pretty much dead.
Yeah.
Because before that, if you had a record, how do you... Okay, say I have a record. You want to listen to it? You got to come to my house and listen to it, or I got to go
Right.
to your house. Then cassette came out. I could actually record something, give it to you, and then now you have one. Now, if you shared it with 2 or 3 people, and then if they shared it with 2 or 3 people, and so you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a way to get it out there.
I remember waiting on waiting on the radio, and you had the tape over the tape over the tape,
Oh yeah, over the
you know,
holes.
over the hole, so you could record the fuck. Here it comes, Rock 104.
Yeah.
Oh, when Rock 104 was fucking rock.
Or you had to call in and request songs.
Yeah, here it comes.
Oh, my songs come on, yeah.
Yeah, play and record, man. It was on, man.
I remember me and my buddy. It's probably pretty gay to say this, but me and my buddy Mike, we had LL Cool J's "I Need Love," and this is at a time where obviously there was no internet, there was none of that. Unless you got the the lyrics in a liner, like talking about in a cassette liner.
You
Or
didn't
something.
fucking know. You didn't know.
Otherwise, you didn't know. So we would like play it, stop, write it down, play it, record it, play it, play it. I mean, I'm sorry, play it, stop, play it, stop, play it, stop. What did it say? Okay, write it down. Next.
Yeah, we used to do that with like Sir Mix-a-Lot and shit.
Yeah, you spend
You
hours.
were listening to 95
Never do
South.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
That was the shit, man.
I would never write down
Booty
lyrics to a
music,
song.
dirty
Did
South.
I would listen to it over and over until I got it in my
Yeah.
head.
I think it was my.
Torrent
guess-
sites. That's what it's called. Torrent sites. Thank you, Chris.
There you go, Chris. Chris knows some shit.
Yeah.
He knows some shit.
I knew. I mean, I just couldn't remember what it was, but
You
yeah,
don't even gotta
Pirate
do
Bay
that
is my
now.
favorite.
You just gotta go like if you got an Android, you go to mp3juices.com
Yeah.
and then download whatever song you want to.
See, that's what you're talking about. Like
Yeah.
how everything's just so.
Yeah,
fast
so
now.
quick. You know what I mean?
It's
And if it
there.
wasn't, if you still had to do dial-up like AOL,
Yeah.
people wouldn't do that shit.
I ain't got to know
Yeah.
shit. Google knows
I
my
remember
shit.
like I had to use like YouTube, the MP3,
Thank you,
downloads,
Google.
whatever.
How's that Crown Apple? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, there it was. I'm almost empty.
Yeah,
already.
You're almost empty.
Your one's empty.
Well,
You're an
yeah.
alcoholic.
Was that a full fucking bottle?
Shh.
Oh my god, I'm telling your wife.
I'll tell- She don't. She know what I came with. She know what I'm packing.
She knows
My
what
dear
she,
Lord,
she knows what you're
child.
she knows what you're not
She
coming
knows what
home
I'm
with.
packing.
Not,
She
you're not
might,
coming home with
you
an
might,
empty
you
bottle.
might be
Get a half
coming
a
home with
gallon.
a DUI,
Daddy
but
got a fifth.
other than that, nothing.
Well, you know what I say about
Oh,
Crown?
you invited me over here. I'm fucking staying. It's late. We're staying forever.
That's what happens when you drink a whole bottle of Crown.
Yeah,
Start singing that
yeah.
fucking song.
Yeah. Sound like fucking James Hetfield over here. Yeah.
Oh, so let's move on to parenting.
Yeah, parents.
So we're talking about parenting, old versus new, and basically we're encompassing, like the old style of parenting versus, these. And if I offend anybody, I'm sorry, not sorry. The millennials, the fucking liberals that, are you a liberal?
I'm not.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank God. I don't mean that. I get along with everyone.
I'm a lot of neutral.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to call that.
Neutral.
Yeah.
That's what you call
That's
it.
it's,
You're neutral.
and some people take me like, oh, he's fucking way this way or way that way. Fuck that. I'm just it's common fucking sense.
It's common sense.
Yeah,
That's me.
common
I
sense.
cannot hold a political conversation with anybody, but I do have common sense.
Yeah.
That's what saves me a lot of times.
Well, me and Chris get into it,
It makes
sometimes.
sense.
He's following us pretty good. Me and him get into it sometimes, but at the same time, it's tit for tat. Sometimes because he does some of the lib
There's-
stuff,
yeah.
but he fucking does hate. He hates some of the millennial shit.
Yeah, I mean,
the
there's
micro offended bullshit.
we both do. And I don't
Oh.
want to make this into anything political.
He's more your age, anyhow. So
Okay.
it's like this.
Chris Hewitt. That sounds familiar.
We got to get him up here.
You have
We
to
gotta
show me
get him
a
up here.
picture.
And it's both. It's tit for tat, really. And I don't stick with one way or
But
the other.
both sides do a lot of dumbass shit.
Oh goddamn.
You know what I mean?
Oh goddamn.
And yesterday, I don't want to get off on a tangent, but yesterday a friend of mine who's a liberal, he's a black guy, he's a good friend of mine, he used to work with, he's retired now, but he's constantly sends me this liberal stuff. And he sent me a video, it was only like maybe 15 seconds long, and it's of a cop, a black male, and a white male, and he grabs the black guy by the back of his neck, says, put your hands on the hood, and holds him down. The white guy says, hey man, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. He takes his attention off him, get away from me, and goes back. Now the caption says, black kid choked like a dog until white kid shames cop into submission. Nothing in that description had anything to do with the video.
Yeah.
So and I never comment on the stuff, right? I never message him back and say this or that. I just say, let's let him go.
People are looking for shit to bitch about.
Yes.
Yep, everybody.
Yes.
That's everybody.
People love to argue, bro.
Here we go. Like it's just what? Fuck it. Let the dude do his fucking job. You never know. And it's just like everything goes real fucking fast, just like we were talking about. Everybody wants to fucking point out. They take part of it and show you part of it and blow it up. Fuck
Right.
that. You didn't see all of it, did you?
No.
Fuck that.
And that's exactly
Wait
my
a
point.
fucking minute and see all of it.
Yep. And that's exactly the point I said to him. I said, we don't know what transpired prior to that video starting. We don't know what transpired
Never
after
see.
the video
And
stopped.
what the fuck happened before the camera turned on?
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
said.
What the fuck happened?
We don't know.
And you might only see 20 seconds of it, but what happened before the camera turned
And
on?
I told
You know?
him, we went
You
back to
never
the
know.
common sense thing. I said, I'm just trying to be objective, bro. Because we don't know. We don't know why he was stopped. We don't know why.
White and black didn't fucking mean a thing.
It has nothing to do with race.
In the 90s, it didn't mean shit.
I went to
We
a
were
Chinese
all
restaurant
just
the other
fucking
day.
people. You remember,
What happened?
You remember the shit that we used to get away with? Actually, when you were younger, Jeffersons and shit, it had Archie Bunker
And no
shit.
one gave a fuck.
Nobody gave a fuck.
But now it's like, oh my God, you can't.
Yeah, you
Stop it.
play
bro.
the
Stop
Jeffersons.
it. Stop
Play
it.
Archie Bunker now, motherfuckers. You're
But
gonna
anyway,
blow
I
up.
went to a restaurant the other day, a Chinese restaurant,
Okay.
and I got the fortune cookie. They said common sense is not so common.
That's words to live by, Brando.
Yeah.
Words to live by.
Common
number one
sense is
hero,
not
though.
so common.
My number one hero. What we need to do is go back to what we had back in the day. Dave Chappelle actually brought it into the light. It's like Dave Chappelle's like fucking blowing everybody up. Have you seen his shit?
Yeah, because he's not afraid to make fun of
He's
himself.
not afraid to make fun of anything. It's just
Yeah.
it's real shit.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it.
Why can't we get there? Why can't we get there?
That's the whole question. Why
And-
can't
and
we?
then he's like, here's this fucking golden nugget. I'm going away. Dave Chappelle, fuck you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. What do you guys think
Come back,
about
dude.
our president right now?
I think he's a great. Now, I will say he's done everything that in my opinion, he's done everything he said he was going to do. He's a politician. He's a businessman, and that's what we need is a businessman. Is he rough around the edges? Does he say some fucked up shit?
Yep.
Yes. We're all
Yes.
yes. I think we can all look at yes.
Do you think where he's trying to build a wall, you think it's right?
They were building the fucking wall
I don't know
before
if
he
it's
came
right or
around.
not, but we do. I don't think a wall necessarily, because a wall is a moneymaker.
Yeah.
And I don't, like I said, I don't get into the liberal side. But what was that, Fahrenheit 9/11? You ever seen that with Michael Moore? You know who Michael Moore is?
I haven't seen it.
He's a documentary filmmaker type guy, whatever. But he's a big liberal. But he makes some good fucking points. Like when the Iraq whatever war happened, he invested in the Bradley fighting vehicle. Okay, it's a moneymaker. The same thing that the wall is. It's a moneymaker.
Right.
You're going to get kickbacks off these people that you get to build this wall.
They're actually
with.
putting out less funds than they did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
On it, and it's not that. I think the technology needs to change. It
Right.
does, definitely. But at the same time, yeah, you do have a couple thousand motherfuckers crossing over that doesn't pay taxes.
Do we need to
that don't
secure our
do this.
borders? Yes. Do we need
It's-
a wall? I don't know. A wall
I don't-
basically is taking
I
the
don't-
place
I
of
think-
people.
I don't see it as because I actually work with that used to be. I'm not talking about jobs and shit. We used to be an illegal alien. But he got all of his shit straight, and I understand that. What needs to happen is the due process system.
Right.
Find out if these motherfuckers are really going to be American or if they're just going to be, somebody that just wants to live off Americans.
Right. I mean,
That's where I get that's instead of the liberal side of everything, if you look at something like that, find out if they're going to actually be American or live off Americans.
right.
And fuck you if you're going to live off Americans
Actually,
because
he's-
I work 60 hours a week. Fuck you.
That's right.
But yeah, he actually said in one of his press conferences that he's like, I don't care if they come over here, but do it
Legally.
legally.
Yep.
Well,
Exactly.
Don't
there's
do it
laws,
illegally.
Fuck
That's
that,
exactly
there's
how I
laws.
feel.
You can't go to any
I mean,
country.
And I believe what they're doing will save America a lot of money.
Of course it will.
Because if you actually look it up, I think it's like $1.3 billion they save on food stamps every month.
I don't know about that. Anyhow, get back to parenting. Let's get we kind of
Yeah.
we kind of
Hey,
strayed
why
off Google.
Because I could
Right
keep
now.
going for
Yeah, we kinda-
days,
yeah, we
but
kinda
at
strayed
the
off
same
the topic.
time, it's just
But
a contra.
We're all
fuck
parents here.
Fuck it.
I believe in old school parenting. Have you ever spanked your kids?
I did before I got here.
right before you came?
Look, get your ass to sleep.
Now, is the old adage
I mean-
true? It's going to hurt you more than it
I
hurts
mean,
me.
I'm a more kind of shake 'em and stern kind of guy.
It's not
you
beat,
know?
it's not about beating them.
Yeah,
it's not about
it's-
hurting them. It's
it's-
more about listen.
Showing who the boss is.
It's kind
I'm
of
in
more than-
charge.
Yes,
Yeah, showing
exactly.
who the boss
and not using fear for anything at all, but at the understanding that Daddy is the fucking man of the household.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Yes.
deserve that right. Like
Yeah.
I said, I work
Absolutely.
60 hours a week. sometimes more. I deserve that right. I want to come home and stretch out, fucking hang out, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Don't fuck with daddy. I just worked 60 hours this week. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Like I said, I mean, is the old adage true that it's going to hurt you more than it hurts me?
No.
For me, I don't know.
Not
For
for
me,
me.
I've only had to spank my kids twice
Really?
growing up. Now, granted, my kids are 22 and 23, so my kids are grown and gone.
Old man.
Yeah, I know, right? But that's true. When I had to spank them, oh man, it sucked, bro.
Really?
Yes.
See-
Now, I'm not talking about just the popping on the hand or the popping in the butt.
Yeah, see, that's mostly me.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Or I'll grab them by the shoulders and be like, you're going to do this. And that little shake and a little stern voice, that'll fuck
That's
them
all
up.
you need.
That'll fuck them up.
But you know what? And there's no proof whether that type of parenting pays off in the end versus, this kindler, gentler type of parenting that we have today. You know what I mean? The timeouts and the use your own words and I'll get some of that later. But there's no proof that actually works. But I can tell you that from as far as I'm concerned, it worked for me because my kids still say, my 23-year-old that's married still says yes or no, sir. Please,
Well,
thank
that's
you.
what I want. And I'm raising 3 stepkids, too. So that's what I want. And I deserve that respect. I stepped up,
Absolutely. Absolutely. You spank your kids, right, Brandon?
I do.
But you spank
Yeah.
them to hurt them or to get
No.
them to mind you?
To get in my
And it works, right?
Yeah.
I just don't understand
Yes.
that. I mean, it's not always going to be timeout. You're not going to get this, But I was starting to get to the point where they're letting the kids make their own choice. Have you third? See, I'm starting to get drunk now. I got like plethora of bottles out here.
I'm a little bit more drunk than y'all.
You
Y'all
probably
drink
are.
more. Yeah.
I noticed. I noticed the line where you
I'm
crossed
turning
over.
it up.
Yeah.
I see when you crossed over.
Yeah.
I'll be stupid here in a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah. So, have you heard of babies?
Babies.
Babies. This is
You heard of that
the.
shit?
This is the liberal. Not all liberals, but certain group of liberals that think that they should let their kids decide their gender on their own.
But nope.
I don't know why
Never.
I'm not refreshing here. Let's see here. There we
Make
go.
sure we're clear here.
Yeah, there we go. Brandon's. There we go.
Never.
Okay. So anyhow, they let their kids decide, and they said the magic number is 4 years old. At 4 years old, according to them, that kids can decide their own gender.
What?
Nope.
Yes,
Nope.
that's their theory.
Nope.
Oh.
Obviously, I don't agree with that.
Nope.
And I agree with letting kids make their own choices, but when they don't make the right one, letting them know this is not the right choice.
You don't
Yeah.
got a kid at 4. It's 14. You can start letting. You know what I'm saying? It's like a
Yeah, but it's
fucking
just too
difference.
confusing.
No.
They're confused at 14. Really, they fucking are. I'm going through a teenager right now. He just turned 14. His birthday was 4/20. Step kid, but
Oh,
love him to
interesting.
death. But he's figuring out his own,
And that's the age when they start figuring out their own,
Yeah.
but still need your
so
guidance.
far, all the dudes in my house are fucking dudes,
Yeah.
But
And even if I was not so dude and I was trying to push him, I would not try to push him actually. But I don't know. You try to raise your kid into being a natural kid,
Yeah, of course.
You don't want to push them into being anything that they're not going to fucking be, because that's what your job is, to let them be who they're going to be, the best they're going to fucking be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And trying to work your mischievous fucking ways into trying to mold them into being something else.
Yeah.
Then you're a fucked up.
Because the worst thing you want to happen is your kid's gender turn into a movie trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coming this summer.
Chicks with dicks?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or they wind up being
who
Michael
was
Jackson.
that?
Who knows?
Hey, look, I mean, I like Michael Jackson.
I got a talented ass 5-year-old right now.
Really?
Talented.
What do you mean by talented?
Talent.
Explain.
That's that young and his talent. And I'm not trying to be biased at any means. Anybody can chime in right now. He's going to be amazing, but I'm not going to push that on him.
What's he talented at?
Well, half the time at band practice, he comes and hangs out. Thank you, Chris, for putting up with him. He comes and hangs out, and we can start playing, a band, Deftones song or cover song or whatever, System of a Down, whatever. Something he listens to because we listen to it. And actually cover the whole damn song
Yeah.
at 5, that's talent, you know.
Yeah.
And musically, I love music, and it's going to be part of his life forever, you know. I'm not going to push that on him. I have a drum set at home. I have a keyboard at home. I'm going to teach him how to play guitar. You know?
It's cool though that he comes and hangs
But
out with
I'm
Dad.
not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to push anything on him.
Like
you
I said
know?
earlier, I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather was a mechanic for the Postal Service.
Yeah.
And I thought forever that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to work for the Postal Service and be a mechanic.
You got to look up to that, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone does. That's the best thing about having a dad. You know what I mean? Or having a parents, you know, that
Yeah,
give a
either
fuck.
way, yeah.
Yeah, either way, you know.
I used to look up to I had an uncle that used to drive for CSX. He was a train conductor.
Our first guest we had on, not to change the subject, he works for CSX, so there's a lot of good train
Really
stories.
cool shit. I always
Yeah.
wanted to be a train conductor.
I want to be one because I feel like, and not to get on a tangent, but I feel like working on like trains, you get to see the part of the world that not everyone gets to see.
Yeah, and no matter what you're doing to them, like that part of it is going everywhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I don't understand how parents like.
I'm doing this and I'm sober. I swear to God. Look at all.
Wow,
wait a
bro.
minute. Wait a minute.
Holy shit!
I swear to God, I'm not sober. I mean, I'm sober.
Yeah, he's not sober.
I'm
No.
sober.
He just
Did
told
y'all
us the
see
truth.
that? It's gone.
Did we
Fucking-
see it?
I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Did
We
we
can
see
see
it?
we can see it in you right now.
Don't tell
I gotta
nobody.
give you a round of applause for that.
Don't tell nobody. don't tell my mom.
Booyah.
So anyhow, I can't believe that parents like actually bargain with their kids. Do you bargain with your kids?
Like what? Like what do you mean by that?
And I don't mean, I'm not starting shit here, but I noticed that like Ricky kind of bargains with his kids sometimes. You know, or him. Not maybe not him. Maybe he's more of the disciplinarian.
Like saying like you can get this if you do this.
Yes.
I mean sometimes yes. That way that they just don't.
I
they
always
don't cry
did.
for it no more.
It's my
you
way
know?
or the highway. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
To an extent, you know, I'm always flexible. But you can ask Ricky too. I was more the disciplinarian. Actually, my kids come from a broken home. Fuck you, bitch. But
There it is.
there it is. But I always told her, listen, it's fine if we can't be together. That's cool. But we should work together to be.
Yes.
We should parent together to be good parents. You know what I
Right.
mean? Even if we don't like each other, that's fine. But we should work together to be
Kids'
parents.
interest. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're only going to be little one time.
Right.
I learned that lesson the hard way. But
You see that? Let's see. My first child, I have with a different mother, because you know,
Right.
just like you, but it's she disciplines her different than I do, and it shows that you know she can like when she comes back from her mom's house.
right, you can always tell.
You can see that her mom lets her do what she wants.
Right.
She don't just discipline her like I
And
do.
then it's kind of like
And
a
that's
And
a
then-
lot to
then-
fucking walk into.
Yeah,
you know?
because-
yeah.
see,
You have to kind of go through that
You're
transition.
trying to
period.
walk into that and
See-
control that.
See, I have her during the week, and she has her on the weekends. And it's just when she comes back, you can see a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
It takes me till Wednesday to get her back going to
That's
where
exactly
she
what I
was.
was going to say. You have that transition period
Yeah.
to get her back to where, okay, you're at Dad's now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is how this is
Exactly.
what happens at Dad's house.
yeah. Well, see, she lets her stay up, say 10, 11 o'clock.
See,
and
my problem wasn't that's necessarily that. My problem was that I was a disciplinarian and she was the best friend. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And granted, my kids were girls, and I understand they relate to a woman better than they relate to dad. They can tell mom things they wouldn't tell me, and I get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, she was the best friend.
But did that come into communication with you? Whatever the fucking trust that they gave into her didn't come back to you.
No, it didn't come back
Never
to you, but that's
reciprocated.
okay. But see, here's the thing, though. You know, once they started getting a little older, they started kind of wanting to gravitate towards her a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, her feelings were hurt. You know what I mean? And I talked to a friend at work, and she said, "Listen," she said, "I know right now, you know, at the age they are, blah blah blah, but trust me, they will come back around, and they have.
Yeah.
It's come completely 180 degrees.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They've come back where they understand, and they'll even tell me, yeah, maybe that's not the way it was. You know, because I had a girlfriend one time that she had a son that was when she was very young. He was 22, I think, and she was 40, whatever. But she was more of the best friend, and she used to let him do things like, long as he drank it at 14 now, as long as he drank at the house, it was okay.
Yeah.
As long as he smoked pot at the house, it was okay. As long as he, you know what I mean? And with that philosophy, where do you stop? As long as if you want to snort cocaine off a hooker's ass, as long as you do that at the house, it's
No.
okay.
That's a good time. No. But yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
You got to teach them boundaries because,
Yeah, if you don't have boundaries, what do you have?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have something.
I don't want to go there, but I'm here. Raising kids as a stepdad has taught me a lot,
Yeah,
and a lot of people call it a step up dad, And
I never heard that.
I'm
That's
just-
actually interesting.
I'm trying.
That's all you can do.
And I've been around a lot of broke kids, and they're doing the best they can. They're doing the best they can, and what they need is real shit.
Right.
Real shit is happening right now in my household, and all I can do is just teach them that hard love, I guess you can call it.
Don't make me destroy you.
Is that what you tell them sometimes?
It's not a competition at all. I lay out the facts, and I'm like,
That's the way it's going to be.
here's what it is, I got one that's actually working, and he makes a pretty good bit of money, but he has nothing to fucking show for it,
Yeah.
So all I can do is, here it is,
Right.
This is what you're making. This is what you need to show for it, because otherwise you're not going to get ahead,
I just I never understood really because when I grew up in West Palm. I'm from South Florida, and growing up down there, I had friends of mine whose parents let them do whatever the fuck they wanted to. They could go anywhere in the neighborhood without telling their parents anything.
And the town's so big that you can,
Right.
It's
But as
different,
long as
but
they
at the same
their
time.
dad could whistle like really loud. He was I don't know if it has anything to do with it. He was in the Navy or whatever. But as long as they could hear the whistle, then they knew that was as far as they could go.
Right.
And we'd be playing in the woods, making forts, whatever we're doing, and they would there. You hear that? I'm like, I didn't hear nothing. We gotta go. We'll be right back.
Time to go.
It was like fucking dogs. They could
Yeah.
like a dog whistle, you know what I mean? And they would be gone. We'll be back if we can. Sometimes they came back. Sometimes they didn't.
Right.
But I never understood really how my parents were. I mean, like I said, I was raised by my grandparents. They were so protective until I got older, and I lived when I moved up here when my kids were little. I lived on a dead end road that was the whole road was family, was all her family, and even then I would still go outside when they wanted to play outside in the front yard. I'd still go out there and watch them because that was how practive I was.
I
Right.
still
know what I
do
mean?
that.
And down in West Palm, we used to walk to the fucking city pool, and West Palm is not Lake City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything's
Whole nother
concrete.
world.
We found crack when crack first came out. We found like beer cans they made out of crack pipes with the fucking skin of someone's lip around the fucking beer can.
They hit it so hard.
They hit it so hard it was so
Yeah.
hot. It was fucking the
It's so
skin
good.
came out.
Let me suck that dick.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers.
Yes!
Got these cheeseburgers, man.
Yeah, let me get some directions, man. I got these. I'll suck your
Yeah,
dick
damn.
off.
I suck your
Damn.
dick for these cheeseburgers.
We got 4 people watching here. We're running almost out of time. We got 4 minutes.
Thank
Just
you.
out- I
Thank
wa-
you for hanging out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank y'all
Great.
for tuning in. If you're new to the True Brew podcast, True Brew, Stevie, that's why I
True
picked that name.
Did
True
we
Brew.
follow any of the quest? What's up? Anybody say anything?
I think I need to refresh, and I don't know
Shelton.
how to refresh.
Shelton Dickey's on. Hey, Shelton.
Hey, Shelton Dickey.
Old Dicky Doo. Old
Richard
Dicky
Gibbons,
Doo
Brandon Gibbons
Doo.
watching you. Thanks for coming back there, Rick. Yeah, so if you're new to the True Brew podcast, the beer is called The Truth is Told. We do this every week. Tune
It's a
in,
fun
check us out.
time.
We had a good
I
time.
appreciate you
Yeah,
guys
man.
for having me, man. It's been great.
But before we go, I want you to tell the story of Jesse. Like me, I just found out not long ago, was big into the American Indian scene, like powwows, dancing, drums, the whole thing. He told me something the other day. He did it. How long did you say you did it for?
Over 25 years, yeah.
And then you found out what?
I'm just a white dude.
Through DNA.
So
You're
like,
just a white guy.
you know, like moms all like, oh yeah, you're kin to who was it? Somebody's uncle. I'm trying to think.
Right.
Crazy Horse's uncle.
Bro, okay.
Spotted Feather, Indian, Native American, something or other.
I remember old Spotted.
Mom, this hearsay, Appalachian bullshit that we got from up there, which is great because some of that may have happened, but with my DNA, I'm like Viking. That's
Ricky said,
This
"Great
is,
show, guys." Ricky, I appreciate that. Just as
fucking
good
Viking.
if I was there. Carry on.
yeah, it's been great.
Really wish he wasn't in the hospital right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, man. Sorry you flipped that car and joined the circus. Bro.
You know what? Pull the tampon out,
Right.
come back, and I want to come back.
You heard that? Jesse said, "Come back."
I'm gonna
Come on
drink.
back.
I'm gonna drink a lot more of these.
Let's let it be
And
whatever it
Jesse
be.
will come right
As
on
soon
back.
as you heal,
Shake and celebrate. I
As
think.
soon as
Shake
you heal up,
celebrate.
as soon as you heal up from the
you'll
hospital,
be all right.
you're welcome back to the
Pull the-
show.
pull-
We'd love to
pull.
have you.
But
Ricky
whatever.
has some personal issues. He thought the grass was greener on the other side. He's finding out that
He's
And he
cleaning
coming
up,
flip
back.
right up in that bitch.
yeah, cleaning up
I
horse
want
shit
to hang
is
out
not where
with
it's
you.
at.
I was looking forward to hanging out with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
so
know.
yeah.
See?
So
But
Jesse
anyhow,
Ricky,
so
you're a
I,
piece of
I
shit.
spent a lot of time Native America, and I still do a little bit. Gathering of Nations is happening right now. It's the Super Bowl of powwows.
right.
A lot
And I
of
watched
Native
a little bit of that.
American
That
stuff.
was actually pretty cool.
It's amazing. My favorite drum group, Otter Trail, is there right now. Al Santos, the lead singer, he's there singing right now. Invited drum group. There's over 60 drum groups, 60,000 Native Americans there. I have spent a lot of time. I don't know if you look at my fucking arms.
Yeah.
There's
God
a lot
damn,
of
they
Native
look
American
But like I
Native
told
shit
you,
going on here.
but like I
Goddamn,
told
they
you,
look Native
if it's in your
American.
heart, it's in your heart, right?
It is. It is. You know.
You know, because
and-
we're all Native American. I don't care what that. What did
I
you say you
know.
went on DNA.com or?
Yeah. Well,
All
mom
the
did it.
DNA
You know.
one time.
and-
But we're. I mean, come on.
But, you know, it is what it is. But I know over 200 Native American songs. I was singing the song that he sung earlier. But check it out. You know, learn a little bit about real Native American shit, and start tying that into real Native American shit. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
We are all Americans, and like you were saying, you were tied in a little bit of Native American.
yeah,
and
yeah. I found out
Everybody
a little
is, you know, but at the same time, I'm just a pure white. I got more African American than I do Native American.
That's what I'm afraid of.
dude.
I'm gonna do the DNA.com and find out I'm Swahili or
They're
something.
fucking lying.
I'm
No,
90% Swahili.
no, the nose that you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Thanks,
got it.
Jesse. You motherfucker, you.
Yeah,
So
fuck.
Swahilian.
Yeah. So anyhow, so we're running out of time here. We got about 30 seconds left. I want to leave us with your music again.
Check us out.
Yeah,
Check
this
us out.
is
Check 'em out.
yeah. Check us out, Jesse. You want to pitch your
Reverb Nation, Shadow of the Earth.
Shadow of the Earth.
Facebook.com
Check them motherfuckers out.
/ Shadow of the Earth. Check us
Yeah.
out, guys.
There he is.
There it is.
Deuces.
She's hot. She is hot, man. It's great.
No.
Restart it.
Oh no.
You see what's inside of me. You can't take it away from me. You see what's inside of me. We're glad we had to set you free.
What up, dog?
Oh, Lordy.